keep me waiting down here, so far below, staring up from the bottom, up from the bottom. I'll try escaping, but there's nowhere to go. Staring up from the bottom, up from the bottom.
1 week remains until Shoot Your Shot, and tonight the semi-finals of the titular tournament for both Lioness and SolarStar takes place. I'm the troublemaker Chloe James at your service for this evening, and as I just mentioned, the final lot of semi-finals for the Shoot Your Shot tournament for both sides will be taking place tonight over the course of this evening. But not only that, we will see a tag team title eliminator between the Jet Set Grinderz and Bumblebee of Team RWBY take place here tonight, as Gum and Cube take on Yang Xiaolong and Blake Belladonna. We got so much in store for you tonight, and we got so little time to get to it. So there's only one real way to get to it, and that is to figure out who will be on the Lioness Championship side first, going into Shoot Your Shot next week. And this is the first semi-final of the evening as we get set for C Viper, Crimson Viper herself, to take on Katja in your opening contest of the evening, of which will decide one half of the Lioness Championship semi-final that will the finals of the Lioness Championship match in next week. And I'm getting word in our main event tonight, it's gonna be Ellie Williams and Clementine 3 in your main event to decide who will join Katja or C Viper in the Shoot Your Shot Lioness finals next week. And to put it very bluntly here, there's a lot on the line for C Viper, because she made a bold statement against Chloe Price back at the draft, and she has been making bold statement after bold statement in this tournament. But the question is, can she bust out this psychotic cat? Katja, the new leader of the new type, has made her statement clear throughout this tournament. And as she yells at the top of her lungs leading into this contest here tonight, one realistically has to wonder, amongst everything that has been happening over the last few weeks, with the ousting of Asuka Langley Soryu back at Rebound, with everything that has happened since the onset of the Shoot Your Shot tournament, one realistically has to wonder, what on earth are we getting ourselves into with a contest like this, and what on earth are we getting ourselves into if Katja manages to win here tonight? Like, we didn't think that she was going to be able to beat Ruby Rose, and yet she did it clean as a fucking whistle. And I hate to be able to say that, but that's what she did. She pulled it out clean as a whistle, and she won that damn thing. And she could reasonably do it all again tonight against C Viper and make it to the finals next week. I don't want to picture it, but it could happen. And here we go, it's set, and Katja immediately taking it in for the word go, not even giving Steve Viper any room to breathe. But Viper immediately going right back at it, setting her right back down. And realistically, Viper not even breaking a sweat at this point, despite getting blindsided there from the word go. But Katja, using her more agile style to go up against the more hard-hitting and arguably more encumbering nature of C Viper. But here's the thing with Katja, she'll taunt for days, given everything that we've seen so far. She doesn't really have that much room to breathe in regards to taunting in that matter. But yet she'll still do it. But this is realistically where things might sour a bit on the part of Katja, because what we're seeing right here and now might be a bold statement on the part of the new leader of the new type, as she pummels down on Crimson Viper in this moment. Going right there for that, going right off the ropes with that springboard Evieerie and going right for the neck. No, neckbreaker did not do a damn thing, but Katra, despite everything, going right back to the assault and taunting. Bold statement, and it did not work out for her. Viper's back in the driver's seat here and planting her right onto the turnbuckle. Jesus Christ, choking her out as well. Listen, I'm not saying that Katra deserves it, but she definitely deserves it after everything she's done. And oh god, a big old pump kick right to the back of the head onto Katra. And continuing to wear down and just completely wear down the leg as well for good measure. Viper absolutely giving it to Katra in this moment. No! Springboard forearm denied with that one there. And instead a big old clothesline right there by Katra. And Katra just stomping away and laying down onto Viper in that moment. And oh god, latching at her head and just giving her a headbutt for good measure as well. And good lord, Katra's getting the run up and immediately wanting to end it. Horn strike from out right there with the horn strike and the run up. No! Only netting her a 1 count up against Viper, and she is absolutely furious. She thought she absolutely had that one. And now Viper, after, oh god, right there with the hard-hitting knee, right there to Katra, just like that. And now Viper sizing her up just like that, ready for the burning dance, laying down. Is that enough? 1, 2, no, only a 2 count. And Katra's already back up? Are you kidding me right now? Katra immediately going right back onto it, just playing around with Viper, and Viper, no, denying the drop kick just like that. Springboarding it, no! Unable to connect with the handspring. Viper practically laughing at her, and now the crucifix in return. And now Katra just looking to wail down on the head. Trying to see if wearing down on Viper will be able to do anything for her at this point. But Katra has basically been mostly in control of this match. You have to wonder what exactly Viper is going to be able to do to get back on top of things with Katra. And that might be part of it. Viper continuing to wear down on the skull of Katra. And Katra at this point looks to be in trouble if this is any indication. Viper setting her up top and flinging her right to the outside, and Viper going up top. Is she thinking splashing her down right there onto the outside just like that? Hoping that maybe utilizing the difference in velocity to practically take advantage of the situation, but one has to wonder if it's not getting her anywhere in a springboard frog splash. What on earth are you doing there, girl? And now forearm strike on her just like that. Katra, oh, Katra, as soon as I say that, gets right back up on top of it. And now sending Viper onto the ropes. And oh, Jesus Christ. Just absolutely wearing down on that skull of Viper just like that. Flicking her into the ropes just like, bringing her right into the turnbuckle post just like that. And it's not looking good for Viper here at this point. Setting her up top, right there for a superplex right from the top of the rope. But I know Katra's not done yet. Katra is looking to make sure that whatever she does next, it takes Viper out for good if she's gonna go for the horde strike again. But Viper is absolutely just getting thrown around like a ragdoll at this point. I hate to say it right now, but But Viper may not be looking too good at this point. And oh god, she's going up top again. What on earth is she faking? Wait a minute, Katra. No! Wait a minute, Katra right there with a face crusher right there for the turnbuckle. And oh god. Viper looks out of it at this point. I don't know what to tell you. I think this might be it. I think Katra... Oh god, if she's setting up for what I think she is, it might be done. Run up and into the horn strike for a second time in the match. Fuck. You're kidding. Katra makes it to the finals of the Lioness Shoot Your Shot tournament, and look at her. She's practically begging for her to be called the winner. Are you fucking kidding me, woman? Are you really wanting this that badly? You know what? Fuck it, yeah. You've made it to the finals, but you've got Ellie or Clem looking forward to next week. So celebrate while you can, you bratty little cat. You're not getting that far. You're not dethroning Ash. You're not even getting close to that. Jesus Christ, that's just what we gotta focus on. Really, we have to start this night off with a Katra win. You gotta be fucking kidding me. It's alright. It's alright. We got a lovely, lovely good match to look forward to here. Coming up next here, we're figuring it out in regards to the next step. If we figured out one half of the we figured out one half of the finals already. It's about time we figure out the second half of that, the other side, the first half of the second side of it, as we figure out who will be facing off against either Road Camelot or Max Caulfield at Shoot Your Shot next week for the SolarStar title, as Jackie Briggs and Yukiko Amagi do battle against each other for that one. Now, Jackie Briggs definitely making an impressive statement during the first round of this in the qualifiers, as she made a clear-cut statement. But tonight, Jackie has to face off against someone who has notoriously in the past come very close to potentially getting high opportunities, but has faltered for one reason or another. The question on everyone's mind with that one here is a simple one. Can she actually beat Jackie Briggs here tonight? Because for Yukiko Amagi, she faced off against one of the more harder-hitting women in the division, and one of the more psychotic ones in Junko Enoshima. And the thing with Yukiko Amagi is that nobody expected her to beat Junko. Nobody expected her to get to this point, and yet Yukiko Amagi has reached that point where nobody else thought she would. So for anyone else, someone would say that this alone is a win for Yukiko Amagi. But it wouldn't be enough unless she got to the point where she was able to potentially become SolarStar Champion. So for me, personally, it's hard to tell who is gonna face off and go off and face off for the in the finals of the Shoot Your Shot tournament. Jesus Christ, words are hard tonight. We got a lot of action here, and we're already 2 matches in at this point. Going in for the second match now as we get set. And here's the thing with Yukiko Amagi. She's been here, she's been around the block for a very long time in many different capacities. Either as a member of the Inaba Detectives alongside Chie Satonaka, or as a solo effort during her more darker days. And we've definitely been seeing her tapping into both of those during this tournament. And this is the thing, with Jackie Briggs specifically, you've got to bring out some level of inner darkness if you do not want to get absolutely manhandled. And while I'm definitely saying that as Yukiko is getting manhandled at this point, one realistically has to question at this point what on earth she is going to do to survive against someone like Jackie Briggs. We know her pedigree, we know who her father is at this point, and we know what she is willing to do to be an absolutely vicious competitor in the ring. So the only question on everyone's mind is, can Yukiko Amagi survive? Will she be able... It's not even a factor of, will she be able to win? It's more of a factor of, can she survive against Jackie Briggs? Jackie practically taunting and goading Yukiko Amagi to get back into the ring at this point. Going right back in for those strikes there onto Yukiko. And oh, God, and a high kick right there onto Yukiko. Jackie is looking good at this point here. And a jawbreaker right to the head, right there onto Jackie, and Yukiko head springing it right into the float over just like that, and the one, no, only a 1 count. The fact that Yukiko Amagi is making a dent in Jackie Briggs at this point is impressive on its own at this point here. And here's the thing. Sorry, I just kind of lost words there for a second. This matchup, for all intents and purposes, has been a lot more back and forth than many people had assumed it would be at this point here. But see, this is the thing, when you got two women with such experience in two different matters going off against each other in a contest like this, anything could realistically happen when you put these two in the ring together. We're seeing it right here and now. Like, yes, Yukiko, you wouldn't imagine, would be able to survive against Jackie Briggs for this long. But yet, Jackie Briggs is pulling out all the stops to try and put Yukiko Amagi down. One. Only a one. Only a one. And no, Yukiko is already back up with that one. No, Jackie immediately going right back onto the assault again. Setting Yukiko up and setting her back down. Putting the air right out of her lungs with that knee right to the gut. But Yukiko kicks out still. And Jackie is immediately realizing she's going to have to break out the Briggs bomb at this point if she wants to put her away. So I get the feeling the minute that comes out, we may potentially have her dead. No! Jackie overshot it. And that may be the one thing that potentially causes a strife. And the double teaming her, and the double whammy right there into the ring post. But here's the thing, Jackie is immediately going right back onto it again. Immediately getting back into position just like that. And Yukiko is not in a good place at this point here. It is not looking good. And Jackie flinging Yukiko right into the corner, forearm striking her down just like that. And if I think she's going for what she's going for, this might... No! Briggs bomb denied and going right for those hard-hitting shots. The shots and strikes right there by Yukiko, trading blow for blow against one another at this point here. It is not... And Yukiko is just... She's keeping up with Jackie at this point here. No, Jackie taking full advantage, found an opening just like that. And Jackie going right back onto it again, and no, a roundhouse just like that. And wait a minute, no, Yukiko caught her just like that. Immediately going right back onto those strikes, and no, right there onto the moonsault one more time, and another standing moonsault just like that. Super kick and kicking her down just like that, continuing the assault again. Continuing to wear her down and continuing to absolutely decimate Yukiko at this point here. No, Jackie continuing the brutal assault on the outside. Yukiko is not looking good at this point, and Jackie is aware of it. And continuing to wear down. Continuing to wear her down just like that, and flinging her right back down for good measure as well. Jackie, while she is definitely taking full advantage of it on the outside just like that, she needs to bring Yukiko Amagi back into the ring at this point here. Because right now, if she does not pay attention, she could get herself counted out, and then that's it. Jackie, I think, is realizing that, but I think she's also realizing it's time to put her down for good. And here we go, setting her up. Breaks bomb, laying her down. 1, 2. No, only a 2 count right there. Yukiko kicking out. And the fact that Yukiko Amagi managed to kick out of the Briggs bomb after such an intense ordeal so far in this contest, I don't know what to say at this point. Yukiko Amagi still has a lot of fight left in her at this point, and she's coming out for it in so much at this point here. And Yukiko, oh God, springboard Hurricane Rana right there to the outside. Springboard Hurricane Rana right there to the outside, and a standing Shiranui just like that. Throwing Yukiko right back. Yukiko throwing her right back into the ring, going up top. Blooming Flame hits the target. Could this be it? 1, 2, 3, no! Only a 2 count. That was so close to being a 3 count. I could just taste it. Yukiko could have probably tasted it at that point. Honestly. Like, you have got to be kidding me here. You have got to be absolutely kidding me. And Yukiko just brimming with confidence at this point. And no, Jackie! Jackie rolling her up. 1, 2, no! No! And Jackie just absolutely fuming, sending Yukiko right to the outside. Jackie, oh God, going for the elbow drop to the outside. Continuing to absolutely go for shot at this point here. I don't know what to tell you. There's so much that these two have given to be able to decide who will go to face off for the SolarStar title next week. And they're putting everything, their heart, their souls on the line at this point here. 1, 2, no, only a 2 count again. Only a 2 count again, and a drop kick right to the back. I don't know what, God damn it, oh my God, these two are still going at it. They're still giving it everything that they can, going for it. Moonsault right there by Yukiko from the top. 1, 2, no, only a 2 count again. Still pulling it out, and these two have put everything in the ring. Yukiko, however, you gotta wonder how long has she still got left in this with everything, but no pulling it out. Insult to injury. Just like that again, and wait a minute. If she goes for clipped wings, this might be it. She's thinking clipped wings right there onto Jackie Briggs. Here to go with the clipped wings. Is that it? 1, 2, 3. I don't believe it. Yukiko Amagi is going to the finals of the Shoot Your Shot tournament and will face either Max Caulfield or Road Camelot next week to decide that #1 contendership. My God. We already have to worry about that as it is, but yet we have to consider that her ego is bigger than ever. Well, as we break in the middle of the 2 semifinals that we have here tonight, the 2 that remain, we have this tag team eliminator match as Bumblebee, Yang Xiaolong, and Blake Belladonna get set to face off against the Jet Set Grinderz, Gum and Cube to decide who will be the next challengers against the Guardians of Meridian for the Lioness Tag Team Championships at Shoot Your Shot. And tonight, and realistically for both of these two, who are former tag team champions in their own rights, with Bumblebee being known for their reign of terror back in the day, and the Jet Set Grinderz having been screwed out of the belts by Project Egomania last season, both are pretty big contenders in regards to the Lioness tag team title scene in general. But one has to wonder, given everything that we've seen, especially in the losing efforts from Yang Xiaolong as of late, what on earth we're gonna see here tonight in this contest. And here's the thing about Gum and Cube, they haven't been resting on their laurels throughout the last little bit. They may have come up short at the ladder match back at the Grand Slam, but these two have been biding their time, waiting for one more opportunity to go solo to get the titles back. In one team versus one team action against Will and Haylin. And tonight, they may very well get that opportunity if they manage to beat arguable veterans of the tag team scene in Blake and Yang here tonight. Because this is the thing you've really got to consider. You're dealing with experience in the tag team scene versus ones who have realistically taken to the tag team scene in general. But tonight, we're going to find out which one of these two teams will be the ones to face off for those titles next week at Shoot Your Shot. And here we go, they're getting it on right here and now. Yang and Gum setting us off right here for the word go, right here for tag team action, right here in this eliminator match. And see, this is variably a pretty big level of brute strength facing off against agility, like what we saw earlier against Yukiko and Jackie. It's very much brute strength from Yang facing off against someone who realistically deals in a lot of high-flying maneuvers right here. And that's not to say that Cube is unable to do the same. It's just, I suppose in regards to what we are looking at with regards to Cube specifically, she's more of the hard hitter of the Jet Set Grinderz group. And right here, Yang making the tag right to Blake. And the most overused tag team spot, in establishment right here tonight. Cube taking advantage of the mistiming, however, as Blake gets laid out right on the floor, making the tag right there to Cube. Drop kicking her down just like that and getting her right back up. And no! Cube, however, immediately denying it, and denying it again, immediately throwing her right back down. And Cube throwing her into the corner and just, oh, wait a minute, bulldogging her just like that. And immediately going for the pin as well, only netting her a 1 for that one. Only netting her a 1 for her efforts in regards to that one. And Belladonna already having a very rough night here, as Yang more or less tagged her in pretty early, and Cube tagging in Gum with that one. Going right there for the gut punch just like that, wailing her into the ropes. Total backbreaker right there by Gum. And Gum is already taking full advantage of everything that Cube put into the efforts just like that. But Blake not having any of it. No, Gub getting out of dodge just like that with the elbow right down to the ground. And Gub once again maintaining the advantage, sending her up into the corner, but no, Blake getting out of it just like that, tackling her to the ground. And picking up Gum as well. Is she thinking thinking she was going to go for the tag there. But wait a minute. Oh, and a thrust kick right there, sending her to the outside. And right now it's not looking good, but Gum has definitely taken a bit of a licking here with that one. Blake, however, thinking she might be looking to make a tag in the corner with that one. But no, making throwing Gum into the corner. Making the tag and getting the double team with Yang in that moment. A double shoulder block right there by Yang as she goes back to work on Gum in that moment. Wait a minute, what's Yang thinking here? But no! Lariat right there by Gum. Lariat onto Gum, I should be saying. Sorry about that one. And Yang continuing to just dish out the damage right there onto Gum. Just going back to what we were saying before about the clashing of styles between more harder hitting styles like from Yang and Gum, who's setting it up with a handspring all around the world just like that. Gum flinging Yang into the corner, but no! Yang not allowing her to go for the damage, and no! Ember Cecilia from out of nowhere! Golden Glove KO, I should be saying. Sorry about that. Continuing to go right for the assault. And now Yang just taking full advantage of it, flinging Gum into the corner, making the tag right to Blake again. And here we go, setting it up, and oh! Double shoulder tackle just like that, and Blake! Going right there and setting it right back down for good measure, but no, Gum catching it. Spotting with a forearm for good measure, and now Gum is absolutely wailing into Blake Belladonna just like that. Linking her into the corner, setting her up top. What on earth is she thinking here? And wait a minute! Bulldog right there for the top of the rope. Top rope. Oh, God. And Gum, what on earth is she thinking here? Making the tags right there to Cube. And wait a minute. They could be looking to put the finishing touch onto this match. And setting it up right there for the finishing touch of that. And now Cube wanting to ensure Yang is out of the picture entirely. Thinking that might be it. They may be about to punch their ticket to facing off against the Guardians of Meridian. 1-on-1. 1, 2. No! Blake managing a kick out at the last possible second with that one. And Cube going right back, absolutely fuming at that one there. Blake is in a bad way at this point, and Cube is just absolutely relishing in this moment where she knows she might possibly have it for their team. But that's given Blake enough time to recover at this point. And Cube just continues to taunt away at this point right now. Trying to get the opening right there onto Yang, but Blake says no in that regard. And just wailing away onto Yang at this point, continuing to keep the opening that they had right there before the tag was made. And I'm thinking at this point, what on earth realistically is going to be the case for either of these two, given what we're looking at right now, because Cube is continuing to keep the advantage in their corner, but tagging in Gum at the moment, and tagging in Blake as well. And right now, it is not looking good on the part of Bumblebee at this point here. The Jet Set Grinderz have firmly got them in control at this point. No, Blake on the other hand with a hard-hitting lariat just like that as well. And it's not. They need to find some level of an opening and quick, and they need to ensure that they keep it for all intents and purposes with that one. Continuing to go for those hard-hitting strikes and the scissor kick just like that as well. And Blake making the tag back to Yang at this point here. You gotta wonder at this point, what on earth is realistically gonna be the thing that ends this match for either team at this point here. And wait a minute, no, mistimed it. Gum getting hit into the referee at that point. No, Yang stopping it from occurring again. Trying to drag Gum into their corner at this point here. What on earth has she got planned? But no, Gum blocks it. Blocks it just like that. No, Yang bulldogging her just like that again. And now Yang trying her best. No, but Gum getting out of it again. Gum continuously getting out of everything that Yang has been doing to try and end this contest for Team RWBY at this point. Meanwhile, the Jet Set Grinderz are continuously finding every way possible to keep finding a way out of it at every turn. And now Yang, on the other hand, is thinking, I can wail her down just like that, making the tag right there. And here it comes, setting it all up for the Bee Stinger! The Bee Stinger hitting the target right there onto Gum, laying out Cube temporarily. They may have this here in the bag. 1, 2, Cube is coming in, but no, doesn't make it in time. And we have our #1 contenders for the tag titles in place. Bumblebee, Yang, and Blake will be going to Shoot Your Shot to face off against the Guardians of Meridian next week. And this is the thing. This is the first time that Yang and Blake as a duo have had a shot at the tag team titles in a very, very long time. So for these two specifically, one has to wonder, after tonight's victory, are we potentially going to be seeing the Guardians of Meridian losing their titles already to veterans of the tag team title scene? Only one way to find out. We're going to see that next week. And just... whoo! Okay. That was a hard-hitting encounter between two teams, all considered with that one. But we still have 2 more semifinals, so don't get too exhausted here, because we're not done just yet. We are far from done even. Because we're about to find out who is going to meet Yukiko Amagi next week for the SolarStar Championship in the finals of that part of the Shoot Your Shot tournament. Now, Road Camelot made a clear statement of intent last week when she won in her match. While Road has definitely been a more low-key entity within the Lioness division since she came in as part of the Lion's Den tournament, tonight may be potentially her way of bringing herself in as a member, as to pretty much encompass it as her coming in party here tonight. Because if she wins here tonight and she beats Yukiko Amagi, I'm gonna tell you this right now, Tsubaki may have a problem on her hands if she's someone to face off against her belt. But in order to get to that point, she needs to face off against a hard-hitting miss of the division and a former SolarStar champion in her own right. And she's got company backing her up right here tonight, as Chloe Price is accompanying Max Caulfield here for her SolarStar semi-final matchup against Road Camelot. And given the fact that these two are coming off a very fresh win at Queens of Wrestling Elevation tonight, you have to wonder if they're going to be riding that high going into not just this match for Max Caulfield, but for Chloe Price going into her match against Ash next week for the Lioness Championship at Shoot Your Shot. So reasonably speaking, we could see a double win with the Arcadia Bay Ass Kickers winning twice in one night if Max wins here tonight and goes to Shoot Your Shot and beats Yukiko Amagi to face off with the SolarStar title at the next Lioness Live event. And then Chloe Price beats Ash to become Lioness Champion. But we're getting too ahead of ourselves. There's still a lot of factors to take into play with that one, and this match is one of them. And we're getting right to it. This matchup is right underway with that one there. Max immediately going in hard with those hard-hitting strikes right there onto Road Camelot. And while she's definitely riding that high very well, going in for the hard-hitting strikes right onto Road immediately, she cannot let that confidence really kind of cloud her in that regard. But given everything we've already seen here tonight, one has to wonder, especially given everything we have already seen tonight as a part of this tournament, and really everything up until this point, one has to imagine that if Max beats Road, she could potentially manage to finally get back into SolarStar title contention, because she's been out of the game on that one for a few seasons now. And realistically wondering with that one, if she does manage to get back into it, she does have a massive mountain to climb against Road Camelot in this contest, because Road has made it no secret that she is one hard-hitting miss in the ring as well alongside Max Caulfield. And we're seeing that right here now as the two trade blow after blow against one another. But Max appears to be slipping up in regards to the strikes against Road in this regard. No! Getting the roundhouse just like that, and now going up top. And now setting it up for the... No! Setting it down for the elbow drop right there from the top of the rope. One. No! Only a one count. Only a one count. Max immediately having to climb back up from that. And Road immediately going right back into the assault, taking advantage of the situation, but no! Max immediately telling her no dice on that front Meteora right there by Max Caulfield. Going to the other corner, going to the other side, and is she already thinking to end this with a time twister spear? This match may already be over. Road may be busted out already, but no! What? She hit the time twister spear and only got a one. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, I'm sorry, but what on earth was that? Road Camelot kicked out at one? And that thrust kick right to the head. Road is immediately telling Max it's going to take more than that to beat me down. And I hate to have to tell you this, Max, but she may be correct. And this is realistically the thing. If one of those could have beat down Road Camelot, how much is it realistically going to take to beat down Road Camelot at this point? Because she will absolutely beat you down if you let her in any capacity. And she has taken relatively a lot of control of this matchup already. But Max is trying to take the control back at this point, but she slipped up in that one moment, going right back and just wailing her down just like that, continuing to dish out the pain. And now, Max getting brutally assaulted, a forearm right into the corner as well for good measure. And right on top of that, wait a minute, no, the Snapdragon suplex denied right there. Max immediately going back onto the assault, but no, Road catching her in a moment of weakness and a headbutt right there. Going for the pin. 1. No, only a 1. And Max is already back up again. Going right back at it. The rolling of the rolling kick right to the head. She could already be faking another time twister, but no. No, a senton right there onto Road Camelot. And it's a real war of attrition going on right now as Max tries to keep her hopes alive in this part of the matchup. But the headbutt right there from Road, and immediately going right back into taunting her again, continuing to keep up on the hard-hitting strikes with that one. And Road simply taking advantage of the situation here, wearing down on the leg of Max Caulfield, knowing that that will impact her ability for the running power for the Time Twister Spear, and going right back, working on those legs, trying to keep her worn down as much as she can. Now Road sizing her up, but no, with a thrust kick, misdirecting it, going for the thrust kick to the back of the head. And now Road flinging her, and no, the Fez Press, thrusting her head down just like that. Now Max seemingly trying to keep her in place, trying to keep her down just like that. And now wait a minute, catching her, but no, Road! Reversing it with a forearm strike, and it is Evieerie. And Road calling up from Max at this point here. Is she thinking Dreamender at this point? Dreamender hits the target! 1, 2, no! Dreamender hits the target, but only nets her a 1. Only nets her a 2. Now going up and flashing down, barely hitting Max like that. And Road trying her best to recover herself and steal herself just like that. And now setting up for the Snapdragon, going for the pin. Her feet dangling in the air as it happens, and a 2, only hitting a 2 count. Only hitting a 2 count. No, hitting the leg. Going into the ropes. No, Max catches it. And now rebounding her off the ropes. And no, Road catches it again. And wailing down on her, trying to keep her worn down as best as she can at this point here. And wait a minute, Road flinging her to the outside. Max appears to be in trouble. Whatever the hell Road is trying to think about doing it. You better get the hell out of the way there, ref! Oh! Hitting with the tope, shoving her right to the outside just like that. Flinging her right back into the ring as well. Picking her right back up. It's not looking good in the forearm strike as well. It's Evieerie hitting the head just like that. Laying her down flat. No! And, God, this matchup tonight has just been a lot already. I'm sorry if I'm worn out, but, like, these two are going to war against one another. No! And a Dreamender from out of nowhere right there by Road Camelot! 1, 2, 3! Taking advantage of a confused Max Caulfield being flung into the referee, and we can see it just like that as it immediately hits for the Dreamender. And just like that, Road Camelot advances to the finals of the Lioness of the SolarStar Championship for the Shoot Your Shot tournament, and she's just happy and giddy as can be. I can't believe it. It's just, oh my god. She's just so happy that this happened, and you can see the look on her face. She's Oh no, she's eyeing down Max Caulfield. What on earth is she thinking here? God, it's not enough. It's not enough that she won. She has to brutalize Max Caulfield while she's at it. She has to absolutely try and cripple her and just make a statement here to Yukiko Amagi that she's going to do this to her when it comes time for shoot your shot. And she's just continuing to absolutely brutalize her on the outside just like that. I mean, what the hell? I mean, Chloe, what the hell are you thinking here? Get the hell over there. Wait a minute. What? Ash! Ash absolutely demolishing Road Camelot and saving Max Caulfield from a further assault. And hey, wait a minute. Chloe and Ash staring each other down just like that. Knowing that in just in 1 week, they will face off for the Lioness title. And it's gonna be a bloodbath for sure.
Hey there, Determinant. You and a certain Firefly have got a big match next week, huh? Hope you're not too blinded by your past with Ellie to make it to facing off against Catra. You're gonna need all the focus you have to beat her, and beat that cat next week. Like I said a few weeks ago, I've been keeping my eyes on our division to keep the ones I feel have the most potential in my back pocket. And make no mistake there, Clementine. You are on my list, regardless of the outcome tonight. Just keep that in mind when you're facing off against your old friend, 'cause I'm sure she's keeping herself just as focused. And I'd hate for you to falter all because of some bad blood getting in the way, especially when we have worse threats on the horizon. Just something to consider. Don't think I don't notice you back there, Firefly. You're not as sneaky as you think. And I got my eye on you as well, for the record.
What? Gonna give me a big speech as well, like you did Clem? Or am I not worth your attention, Avatar?
Not what I would say there, Firefly. Despite what you may think, I'm keeping an eye on you just as much. Maybe even more so, given what you said last week, regarding you wanting to do better than you did in the past. See, I believe with what you're saying regarding it because I was there myself. Why do you think I'm wanting to give back to this division after so many years of wanting to prove something to them all? My only advice here, Ellie? Don't make the same mistake I did. Don't let your ego and your self-doubt get to you. You are as good as you think you are, and you are worthy of that redemption. All you need to do is prove it to yourself.
I won't let you down then, Korra. I'll do my best out there. And I'll beat that damn cat next week.
Don't worry. I believe you will.
Interesting words from all three involved with that. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is now the final semi-final of the evening for the Lioness, and it's for the Lioness Championship side. We started our night with figuring out who one side of this equation was going to be, and we are certainly going to end off this evening deciding who will face off against Katra. And this is the thing to keep in mind with that one, ladies and gentlemen, because all involved with this one, this is a massive encounter, not just because it will decide who will face off against Katra to decide who will face off against whoever the Lioness champion is coming out of Shoot Your Shot next week, but it is also the rubber match. It is the rubber match between Clem and Ellie, two long-standing rivals, two former friends and teammates, former tag team champions even, and this could very well be the matchup who decides who the better woman of the two truly is at last. It's as Clem and Ellie said 1 week ago. These two have faced off against each other in the past. Once for the Lioness SolarStar title in the past, in the first ever women's last woman in a cell match. Last woman in hell, I should be saying. And Clementine came out on top, and that's how she became SolarStar champion at that time. For Ellie Williams, she beat Clem to be part of the SolarStar Fatal 4-Way at Breakdown last season. Tonight, however, this ain't for the SolarStar title. It's for the big prize. Tonight, they decide who faces off against Katra to see who the better woman truly is tonight, to face off against Katra next week, and to face for the Lioness title at a later date. There is so much at stake for either of these women, and there is so much on the line when you think about it in the grander scheme. Tonight, there is a lot more going on than there is in the surface level. Here we go! This is your main event for Lioness Live 25. It is the semi-finals final for the Lioness Championships. For the Lioness Championship Shoot Your Shot tournament, it is Ellie Williams versus Clementine 3. And we've more than truly got it on at this point. Clem immediately trying to wear down on Ellie Williams at this point, and Ellie is immediately going right in for the assault. The back and forth between these two, let's be clear. These two know each other by like the back of their hand at this point. They've teamed with each other many times in the past. They've faced off against each other many times in the past. By now, it's routine to each other. There's nothing that these two really can pull out against each other that the other doesn't know about at this point. So at this point, it is all about who truly knows the other better, and which one can truly say that they know how to break the other one down so badly that they become the number one, that they can go to face off against Katra. And immediately after that, with that crumbled up powerbomb, and immediately going all in for the strikes right there onto Ellie, you can tell Clem is all business right here tonight. She knows exactly what is at stake between these two, and she knows how much that these two have been to war against each other in the past. Wait a minute, no, Ellie, no! Ellie's not having a good start to this matchup so far. And continuing to wail down. Clem is just trying to wear down as much as she possibly can onto Ellie, trying to wear her down piece by piece. That's the methodical pace that Clem has always gone down, versus Ellie, who's always been about going for those hard-hitting strikes and wearing her down. But wait a minute, already going for the gory bomb. One, only a one onto Clem. And right now it's not looking good, but Clem getting tossed around right there by Ellie, and no! High-hitting knee hits the head right there of Clementine. And Clem immediately going for the Hurricane Rana right there in return. No, savant kick right there by Clem onto Ellie, denied. Ellie right there with the jawbreaker. And wait a minute, is she already thinking left behind? Hitting left behind already, it was so early in this match. One. No, only a 1 count. You can tell that this is definitely going to be a war of attrition between these two. I honestly was going to expect at least a 2 count, but this has become routine to each other by now. And you can tell they're going to have to go to the absolute limits right here tonight in order to see who the better woman truly is. And yes, I know when it comes to Ellie and Clem, saying to figure out who the better woman truly is a trivial statement between these two. Because these two could realistically fight forever. And I mean that in a very literal sense. There are many people who say that they can do this forever. I can firmly believe that Ellie and Clem are two women who could realistically do this forever when it comes to combat between each other. They've gone that absolute distance in the past. They continue to wear down on the shots right there to the skull of Clementine just like that. Continuing to absolutely go and wear down on her just like that. And now Ellie, wait a minute, go for a jawbreaker again. Clem is not looking good, but Clem down 1, 2, barely getting it past the 2 count that time around. And Ellie knows it. She knows that she cannot afford to have that much longer of a distance between Clem's assaults. But wait a minute, no. Ellie's setting her up again. Left behind for a second time immediately. Could she be about to could she be about to get the free? No! Only a 2. Only a 2. And Ellie relishing in this moment here. I have to excuse my voice there for a second. It has been a very long night, and we've called a lot of action here tonight. My voice is getting very tired, but I am going to wear it in for as best as I possibly can until the end of this night. But it looks as though that might be coming in if this is any indication for the morality choice. 1, 2, 3. No, only a free count. Only a 2 count, not the free count, I should say. But you can definitely tell this matchup, for however long it's been going on for already, has definitely been taking a toll on both women by this point. And by now, if I were in either women's position, God! Short arm clothesline right there. And Clem going for those methodical strikes right there onto the back and applying the pressure. Admittedly, but with a little bit of a show with those push-ups. And Ellie, no, and a stunner. Ellie getting hit with a stunner onto the ropes. And Clem following her to the outside. And wait a minute, what on earth is she thinking here? Wearing her down. Oh, God! Using the sharpshooter position to go into a surfboard and stomp her down just in position like that. That is just brutal. And going right back into those hard-hitting strikes and doing those push-ups again right onto her. Clem is definitely showcasing to Ellie who the stronger woman in this contest is so far. The gutbuster side slam right there, and Clem is taking full control of the match at this point. Continuing to keep her low, continuing to keep her absolutely in check with that one, and no! Ellie out of nowhere with a knee right there onto Clem, stomping her down for good measure as well. And looking to go. And wait a minute, is she thinking? And what? Oh no, going right there for those And no, going for those short stomps right there with the rope assist. And at this point, it's going either way for either of these women at this point. Clem might be in trouble here. Spike DDT right there from the top of the rope, going for the pin now. Ellie, 1, 2, only netting a 2 count. And you can see the look of frustration a little bit on Ellie's face. She's going back into the well with those stomps again. Regardless, it's not keeping Clem down for that much longer at this point here. And realistically, you gotta wonder what the hell will at this point here. Stomping her right into the chest, right there with the ropes again. And from out of nowhere, right there with the Dragon Sleeper from out of nowhere, just out of desperation, trying to wear down Clem at the head. But Clem pushing her off just like that. No, Clem getting caught in the process, but no, Clem getting right the hell out of dodge just like that. And wait a minute. Wheelbarrow suplex right there by Clem. Taking the match right firmly back into her position right there. Clem, on the other hand, might be feeling the exhaustion of this encounter so far against a common foe that she's faced off so much in the past, but she might be looking to try and go right there, right up top. Suplex on the top of the rope. We've seen that a lot tonight from top rope maneuvers of that nature. But right now, Clem is thinking she might be trying to go for the finishing touches here to try and wear her down as best as possible, but no, a shoulder block only. Ellie catches her, however, but no, Clem gets out of her clutches again. Forearm striking her right to the head one more time. The short arm lariat as well. And wait a minute, one more time as she hits this. The morality choice may prove fatal. 1, 2, 3, no! I don't think even Clem realizes that she did not win in that regard. She was just as stunned, I think, as we all were in that moment. But Ellie's right back up, going right for it again, and wait a minute. Ellie's saying, this is it. She's letting out all the years of frustration. She's letting out everything onto Clem. And if she... No. She's thinking. No, wait a minute. No, she thought she was gonna go for the left behind one more time. But she stopped herself. Clothesline by Clem, another clothesline by Clem. The hesitation may have proven to be the fatal flaw in this equation, because right now Clem is taking full advantage of it right here and now. And wait a minute, going for the pin after that too. And the 2 count on that front, but no, Ellie gets out of the way. And wait a minute. Gory bomb again. Gory slamming. Gory bomb again with that one. And now, wait a minute, she's looking not for the left behind, for the last note nightmare. And this may be it. 1, 2, 3. Ellie Williams wins the rubber match. But more importantly than that, she goes to face off against Katra next week in the finals of the Shoot Your Shot tournament for the Lioness Championship. And she's just one win away from getting a Lioness Championship opportunity. And honestly, after tonight's performance, I think she damn well deserves it more than ever, given everything that we have seen. And wait a minute! Katra biding her time all evening, waiting for this moment to attack Ellie, and is absolutely going right in on the assault. But wait a damn minute! Clem coming to the save for Ellie in this regard. Throwing Clem throwing Katra out of the ring, and staring at her, practically telling her, I respect you finally. And if the nod of approval from Clem was any indication, Ellie Williams has all the backing in the world to win against Katra.